Karen L. Cunningham. I served as mayor of Madisonville from 1999 until 2006, so I was mayor during the tornado of 2005. November 15th always held a special place in my heart because that's my husband's birthday. However, on November the 15th of 2005, our lives took a different turn, certainly. We had, in the city, experienced some fairly significant storms in the previous weeks. We had missed a really bad tornado that had hit south of Evansville, had taken several lives that day. So a week later, we as the city of Madisonville and as city employees began to think we need to be prepared if this should hit our city. And so we made some preparations. We did some things that, what if this happens, what will we do? Do we have this equipment that we can use? And so we took some precautions and were somewhat ready for November the 15th. However, in a case like that, I don't think you can ever be totally ready for what happens. On the day of November the 15th, it was really a bright, sunny day, and so there really didn't appear to be a real concern for a storm. However, all of the meteorologists were predicting that we probably would get at least a severe storm, if not a tornado. So we had made arrangements for employees to be in a more secure shelter than what our city buildings were on McCoy Avenue. We had made some preliminary arrangements of having police officers on the outer edges of the city to be on the lookout as the day went on and as the storms began to get closer to us. So that afternoon, probably around 3 o'clock, I went over to Central Dispatch and began monitoring with Central Dispatch what was going on in the west coming toward us that afternoon. And as we all know, about 3:15, 3:20 that afternoon on November the 15th of 2005, the tornado hit South Madisonville first. And one of the first reports that came in was from a police officer who was on South Main Street near the Country Club area. And I know that many people will remember that that was one of the hardest hit areas. And he told dispatch, and like I said, I was there, that the tornado had hit and that it was not good at all. And we then heard from a police officer who was stationed on the east side of Madisonville at the convenience store. And he had taken cover inside the convenience store in the cooler with some customers there and the employees. And when he was able to emerge, found that much of that store had collapsed, as well as some other businesses around him. As I think and talk about the events of that afternoon, I still get chills even talking about it today. One of the things, though, that I think we were most fortunate about as far as the citizens of Madisonville and our employees was that no one died, no one perished in that horrible day. It was an F5 tornado, which is, the highest wind velocity that they've been able to register so far. Came through our city of Madisonville. We had some people who were injured in really a minor sort of way, and it was amazing and quite remarkable that we didn't have any deaths as a result of that. Tremendous property damage, yes, but to have people injured, that was only minor. In the hour or minutes before the tornado hit, it was one of precaution. We were still a little bit unsure as to what might happen. And as I mentioned earlier, I was in Central Dispatch when it hit. And so to stand there and hear the reports coming in, at the time, I think it's much like other people handle tragedy or something significant like that. It was a little bit of adrenaline that took over at that point. It was also a matter of responsibility. I knew that there were a tremendous amount of people who were not only depending on me as the mayor, but also the decisions that I would make and the other city employees would make over the next several days. So I felt a great responsibility in making sure that we did everything that we could do as the city of Madisonville to help those people who had been affected. And we were able to, of course, provide some minor services as far as like traffic control and assistance. We were able to get streets cleaned, those kinds of things. Our sanitation department was available, and they helped with the removal of a lot of the debris, as well as our transportation department at that time. So we had a number of people. Really, every department in the city took part, because even those people who weren't employees of particular departments that were on call, if you will, or would normally handle a situation like that, they all jumped in and they all helped. So it was really, truly a community effort. I remember that there were a lot of people who came to know their neighbors even more, because there were neighbors that were out helping neighbors that afternoon and evening. And over the course of the next few weeks, of course, we had a ton of support from different agencies. The Red Cross was very vital to our residents during that time. And just a number of churches opened their doors, and a tremendous amount of support from not only our community and our county, but also from neighboring towns. I was a part of the Kentucky League of Cities at that time, and I received phone calls from mayors all across the state of Kentucky offering assistance to us. And so when you get offered that type of assistance, I think it helps your confidence a little bit. It also helps you to know that there are other people out there who are willing to come in and support you if you need that help. We really were very fortunate, and I believe that God blessed us that day, and He provided not only safety for the people who were affected and for those people who were working the tornado scene that day and through other days, but I think He also gave us an opportunity as individuals to be thankful for the fact that we didn't have anyone that perished. And I believe that it made all of us a little bit stronger. It helped us all to realize that we could handle a tragedy like this. Not that we wanted to ever do it again, because we certainly didn't, but it was something that I believe brought our community together in a good way. So when we say that sometimes good can come out of tragedy, I think the tornado of 2005 was truly an example of that, because so many people were affected, yet so many people stepped up to the plate and really helped out.